Hello, everyone, and welcome into another late night edition of Last Call. We are here later than usual for Last Call. This is not your 2 a.m. Last Call. This is way beyond that. We have had technical difficulties again, so we are back on StreamYard down to the bare bones. I'm Aaron St. Dennis. That's Greg Kramer. We are watching a 28-24 Lions-Ravens game halfway through the fourth quarter. What's that, a missed field goal? It is a missed field goal. Missed field goal. Of course, I have Tyler Loop in a bunch of leagues.
No,
How are you looking? Oh, did he hit it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
He looked upset. Why did he look upset? He looked dejected by
Really?
it.
No,
Good.
he's good. He's good.
All right. So how are you looking over here? I know you've got some Derrick Henry shares. I know that because we talked about it for 15 minutes while we weren't live. How are you looking now, though?
Still not great. Henry hasn't done much. I'm within like 9 points. I needed 30, I think. So I'm getting there, but it's not looking super fantastic right now. But you never know. Maybe they get the ball one more time and Henry goes for a long one, which is what I'm basically praying on now. So hoping for the best. I'm looking forward to this game being over so I can stop stressing. It's my home league, it's my buddy. I gotta beat him. He likes to talk a lot of trash, so I'm hoping Henry can take me to the promised land here.
One sec. I am typing Tyler a lovely message.
Okay.
You will notice not only are we an exceptionally late night version of Last Call, we are also the Grindhouse Last Call tonight because we set this up on my StreamYard where I am connected to only the Grindhouse channel, not the main channel. So for all of you joining us on the Grindhouse channel, welcome. We are normally the main show late. Oh, we are live on that one. So half the battle has been won. We are live on this flipping show.
We officially made it live. Okay.
Yes, that is a win. We are live. We are on the wrong channel. We are in at the wrong time, but we are live. So we won't stay around too long. We're normally a 10 to 11 show. So we'll sit here and see if any questions trickle in as we're on the Grindhouse Network here. What is the prime topic on your agenda for the night? I know earlier we talked, you talk, I'm not even going to say his name. I don't want to do this. I'm a Tyrone Tracy truther. I've had enough of your stick. You go there. I'm muting you. I'm gonna turn my stream off here.
I know. I'm sorry.
I don't want to do that.
I apologize that I'm doing my dance. I'm doing my victory lap for Cam Scadaboo, tentatively as it stands right now. But he looks awesome. He's a fun guy to watch. Like I said on X today, I called him the Baker Mayfield of running backs. So he's a guy you like to root for. When he gets the ball, something fun's going to happen. And I've been waving the flag for him all off season, trying to get people on board with me. Got a little bit of pushback, but I think we're starting to get somewhere and starting to get to these guys. So hopefully with Tracy, unfortunately being hurt, not happy about his injury, but with him being down, hopefully this gets Cam a lot more work and things just keep going because I need to be right.
I don't like anything about that. 10 carries, 60 yards, and a touchdown, 6 catches for 61. I don't like anything about that. I was the Tyrone Tracy guy, and it looked like I was all right. That injury kills me. And as I said in our unaired live edition earlier, I think the only people who liked Scadaboo more than you were the broadcast crew on the Sunday night game because, boy, were they lathering him up nicely. I've never heard anything like that for a rookie that wasn't, Bijan Robinson or Ashton Genty. They love them some Cam Scadaboo.
They do. And like I said, I was a little surprised by it, but I think it's part of that. Like you like seeing him do well. He's fun to watch and he's got a good story to follow. So I think that's why I really love that he felt like he should have been called the best running back in the draft class last year. And that really puts that chip on his shoulder. So he wants to prove that he's great. And I think he's so far he's doing okay. He's got grit, man. He wants to put helmet to helmet. He wants to do damage. I love that. That's my favorite kind of player.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading an interesting article here on an investigation over some shenanigans in the Packers and Browns game the other day. Apparently there was some interesting bets made on the game and some odd things that happened at the end. I won't get too further into it because I
Oh,
don't know the exact specifics, but it could be interesting if it holds true.
that is interesting.
I did get distracted by that, and it made me completely forget what I was talking. Oh, you know what? I'm the kicker DST guy, so
Mhm.
I always advocate for kickers and DSTs in every league because I
Yeah,
love it. And it gives me an advantage. I'll tell
yeah.
you one thing: if you have DSTs in your league this week, boy, was it just chaos. You got
Yeah.
more defensive touchdowns in than any season or any 1 week in like 10 years, more return kicks, more
Mhm,
blocked field goals. Just
mhm,
if you had DSTs, there were some. I'm almost afraid to look at my work league here. We do have DSTs. I'm gonna
mhm.
look quickly and see what we have. Multiple teams who put up like huge numbers: Carolina, Tampa, Indy, Cleveland, Jacksonville, Chicago, Seattle, the Jets. Just ridiculous numbers.
It's great, I know. And what's funny about that too is, in my main league, we have like boosted defense. So we added a point for picks, we added a point for sacks. It takes some more points to start hurting you, and so it's a lot of fun. It makes it more important in like your draft and through the season, and defenses actually hold. And it came from the original founder of the creator of the league saying like defense has 11 players on it. It should have some importance. So it's actually turned into one of our favorite things. We love that defenses have a role. I had Seahawks D give me 21 this week. Like
I
it's so awesome.
I started some Seahawks D in a few leagues. I
Mhm.
actually had a lot of Minnesota, and I benched him in a few leagues. That kind of backfired on me. They had a good week.
Yeah, like
Was it
a
two
crazy
two
week.
touchdown or two INT returns by Isaiah Rodgers? So
Mhm.
there's that. Uh,
Fumbles, like all sorts
yeah,
of
it
stuff.
was kind of a shit show.
Yeah,
It was an interesting week. I'm trying to scroll through here to see what else really stuck out. I'm in IDP mode here, so everything I
yeah.
look, I'm like, oh yeah, oh no, wait, wrong show, wrong show. Green Bay losing to Cleveland. I didn't see that coming, nor did I see Carolina absolutely destroying the Falcons. Michael,
Mhm.
did you see? Okay, tell me you got that notification from Sleeper. You know how they say, blah, blah, blah is in the game, blah, blah, blah is out, brackets
Oh
injury.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Kirk Cousins is now in at quarterback with Michael Penix out, brackets bad.
Bad. Yeah. Dude, that's sleeper is so like that's part of the reason I love the app. They're so funny. Like they love to have some fun with it, and
You ever go
that's
in
hilarious.
You ever go in and click on a player and you're not aware they've changed their picture and it's like, "What the
Oh
hell
yeah.
is that?"
Yeah, it throws you off like Herbert with Madison Beer like a
I
couple of
still
weeks back.
swear I had the original one and they liked my tweet but never credited me for it. I
Mhm.
was the one who came up with the Aiden O'Connell, Rod Farva that they put up there
Oh,
for a while.
really?
They liked my tweet, and I swear an hour later it was his picture, and I'm like, "That's mine. You stole that from
That
me."
was my idea. Give me the credit.
I did that.
Yeah.
Some of them are
No,
the
that's
best.
funny. That was a good one because I did not see that one coming at all.
Yeah, I
And
thought there's plenty that I just don't I never got, but that one I was like, "Oh, this one." The second I look at him, I always said it on my podcast. I'm like, "This it looks like Rod Farver guys from Super Troopers. Just look at him."
yeah.
Nobody ever saw it. It was just me, and then they put that up there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you were right. He did look like Farva with the mustache and the hair, and he looked just like him
Let's
a little
see
bit.
what else do we got. Some interesting Chicago beating Dallas. Caleb Williams might be fixed. What are your thoughts there?
Fixed, I don't know. It was against Dallas's defense.
Yeah,
Everyone's having a good game. I mean, look at Russ.
fixed might have been a tad strong.
Yeah, yeah, fixed. I think it's good for his confidence. It's good for Ben Johnson and the team as a whole and their confidence and morale. So it could start bringing things up for sure. But I don't think that was. I think it was a little bit of Caleb Williams playing well and a good bit of it being Dallas's defense just can't cover the deep ball or much of passing at all. So
I think that's very safe to say it's a good bit that Dallas's defense just absolutely blows.
yeah,
So I feel you.
they made Russ
Uh,
look good again. So that's not good. That's not a good thing to do.
I'm looking through here. This Chargers Broncos game scares me in all sorts of ways. We talked in our unrecorded time about Bo Nix disappointing me, but then Najee Harris, I just wanted to. I almost posted it, but I was like, nope, can't celebrate this. But I was like, I guess the buy low window on Omarion Hampton and Quinshawn Judkins is officially closed with the Najee injury and Judkins doing something. But the more concerning one for this, and I wrote this in my overreaction column. I guessed it on the FFAN overreaction because one of the guys was gone away with his family.
Cool. Yeah.
That for the third week in a row, Lad McConkey has finished third on the Chargers in fantasy points behind Keenan Allen and Quentin Johnston. 3 weeks in a row, wide receiver 3. That's mildly terrifying. What do you make there of the whole thing? The wide receiving room. How high are you moving Hampton now that it's Najee's officially done for the year? I seen. It's got there's some firepower there and some great fantasy stars. I'm not sure I'm thrilled with my Lad McConkey shares.
Yeah. So I was a little bit lower on Lad this before the season started through the offseason anyway.
Me too.
But I wasn't expecting that, right? Like you figured it was just things just weren't going to quite fall that way for him again. He was going to have to struggle a little bit this year. But yeah, the problem is, and Derrick Henry just fumbled the ball. The issue, I'm not happy about that one.
I have a tweet by Barstool Sports here of Amon Ra Hot Mike, and I kind of want to know what he says, but I'm afraid to hit unmute because you'll hear it on the air, and I don't know what he says, so I don't want to get us demonetized because I don't know what his hot mic moment was. Do you know what it is? I just seen it.
No idea. No, I didn't see that.
We'll go look that up on Barstool Sports, everyone.
Yeah, go take a look. Yeah, the receivers. Keenan Allen, when he came back, I was high on him. I drafted a lot of him in those last couple of weeks, and he's been awesome. Quentin Johnston, I had him for like 2.5 years in Dynasty, and finally I let him go. And of course, just like, as it goes, he's doing awesome as well. I didn't see that coming. But Lad's still okay. It's just now you have to be worried every week. He's not someone you set and forget anymore. You're starting to look into other players you can put in for him. And Hampton, Omarion Hampton, I was one of those guys who were super low on him. And it looks like it was going to be that way until Najee got hurt, and we'll see. Denver's run D is pretty terrible, so their pass D is great, but they don't stop the run super well. So if he does it again, I don't know who they play next week. I can't remember, but if he keeps it going, then yeah, I think he's the truth. He went to the perfect situation. He went to a great team, but for the run game, so he's got the lead. I think he could run away with it. I think he could.
I must say, I was still in very much on Quentin Johnston, and that's not me victory lapping a good take. That's because I was really in on him as the wide receiver 1 in that draft class, and I'm too stubborn to admit that I'm wrong. So I didn't know anything. I was just too stubborn to give up until I finally got to victory lap and say, "Ha, I was right." But
it was all stubbornness.
Like that kind of big outside X type receiver, they can sometimes take a little while to really adapt to the role. And as a result, maybe they're a little slower moving. Slower to develop. I didn't think with Lad, once Lad went off, I thought he was dead. Then they brought back Keenan Allen, and Keenan Allen appears to still be alive. I really didn't like it, but
I don't know. Hey, it's the year 3 breakout. It's something you could, if we predicted correctly with the year 3 breakout, it's what happens. So he's doing it perfectly. QJ had all of this physical raw talent. He just needed to kind of put it all together here in the league, and he has. It's great. It's good to see him doing well. I'm happy for the kid for sure. He deserves it.
I've been live for the majority of this game, so I haven't really seen. We've got Lamar having a decent fantasy day. Gibbs and Montgomery are going off fantasy-wise. Montgomery has 117 yards rushing and Gibbs has 54. Montgomery has half as many carries. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's a little interesting, isn't it?
So
look at that. We got
2 touchdowns for Gibbs is why he's having a better day. But wow, that's Derrick Henry, actually 12 carries for 50 yards and 1 touchdown. So he's not great with the exception of the touchdown that saved his day. I mean, 50 yards isn't horrible.
Well, it's also the fumble that didn't help either.
Oh, did he just
But
fall down on the bench or something? I think I'm delayed behind you. What just happened to Derrick Henry? He looked like he fell down on the bench. Don't fall down.
I didn't see that. No.
As they were
He
going to
was he
commercial,
was throwing the helmet.
oh, is that what it was?
Tripped, yeah.
Rashad
Derek
Bateman with the touchdown, not helping anyone. Sorry, what?
I'm gonna bring them back. Tyler, Derrick Henry fumble. What the heck? That's how I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. What the hell's going on? Can Lamar bring them back? Only down 7. Absolutely. If someone can do it, it's definitely him.
Well, and against the Detroit Lions defense.
Yeah. I just need I don't want it to be him. I need Derrick Henry to run a full blown first play on their next drive, go all the way to the end zone. Then I win.
I endorse this. I'm on board with you. I could do that. I could be on board with that. What else we got?
We got
Jameson Williams started the day with a long catch, and he since has only made one more catch. Amon-Ra St. Brown has the touchdown. He's having a decent day. Bateman had a decent day, scored. He's not helping anyone. Zay Flowers has been awful. 2 catches for 13 yards because I started him everywhere in DFS because why not? Mark Andrews showing signs of life, 5 for 64 and a touchdown. Sam Laporta, 4 for 33. Andrews is the interesting one here because I have quite a few shares of him.
Yeah.
He looked horrible through 2 weeks. He has 20 points, 21 points tonight. He had 4 points combined through 2 weeks. What do we think? Is the Lions pass defense they've been typically bad to tight ends. Are they just bad to tight ends, or is Mark Andrews still fantasy viable?
I think it's a little bit of both. Mark Andrews is still Mark Andrews. He's high on my rankings for the year. And also the Lions, they don't worry about the tight end the same way other teams do. So they just get fed against them. Let's see, Brent, what do you say here? Injury CD and Connor ugly this week even more. I know
okay, CD. It's an ankle injury, which means he's probably going to either be out or limited for a few weeks. That's not great. This one is why I had 9 bajillion shares in Dynasty of Trey Benson. He is on every waiver column or waiver episode cover I wrote this week. And in fact, the FFAN, I don't write our waiver column. I thought I was stepping in this week, and it was actually another one. And I wrote it up, and the guy messaged me and said, hey, can you put Benson on my cover? And I said, yep, I already did it because I thought I was writing it. So Benson is the number 1 guy across the league here for the waiver wire.
Yeah.
This is why you drafted him. This is your winning lottery ticket, as it would be with Omarion Hampton, although that was a much more expensive ticket, and Cam Scatterbo, which is kind of the medium. So we see 3 running back lottery tickets essentially get cashed of 3 different, Hampton, Scatterbo, Benson, 3 different level of players there. Who you like moving forward out of those 3? I guess rank them. It's got to be what? Hampton. For you, it's got to be Hampton, Scatterbo, Benson. I go Hampton, Benson, Scatterbo.
Scatterbo, Hampton, Benson.
Oh no, I no.
Scatterbo's the man, dude. I can't go back on my stuff now. I gotta stick with my boy.
No,
it's close. They're like the 1A, 1B, and then Benson.
Pickens drops. What are the Cowboys going to do? It's like 1 week CD can't catch the ball. The next week Pickens can't catch the ball. Is it possible that
offensively they'll be okay?
Is it possible that just Dak throws a really bad ball? I mean, he did have 5 for 68 and a touchdown this week, but
he's Dak throws a good ball and stuff. It's just I think it's just been a weird start. The Cowboys have a lot going on in the background, so I think it's been a weird week. It's going to be a weird year. It's the way it falls, man.
I'm just trying to think. There was a quarterback, this is probably going 10 years back, and I can't remember who it was, and he had this problem, and he just had the worst touch. He threw the ball so hard. Was it maybe Stafford when he was young, where he just had a million drops because he threw the ball so damn hard? He just whipped it as hard as he could, and people were dropping it. But, I mean, they had crappy tight ends who couldn't hold on. Hype, you are the man.
I'm the man. Thank you, BHS Cardinal. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm trying. He did. He was sending rockets out to people. AJ Brown finally did it. Yes, that's what. He did. It's about.
And he did it with Goddard and Smith both in the game, and I think Devonta Smith. Yeah, Devonta Smith also scored and had a good game himself, and Goddard scored too. So maybe they just racked up so many points, and I guess Barkley didn't. So everyone else. This is one of the rare games where everyone in the Philly passing game was good and Barkley sucked.
Yeah. Jeez, I'm sorry, my screen just went crazy. Barkley has been kind of like, if you think about it, sort of disappointing so far this year. He hasn't been the guy he was last year at all, but he's still playing okay. He's doing enough to help you win, but he's not having his big games. But yeah, AJ Brown finally did it. I think maybe they finally opened it up, but I don't know. I feel like maybe it was just one game. I'm low on AJ, so
my takeaways from week 3, the handcuff lottery ticket running backs have officially cashed in, and the week of backup quarterbacks that we thought were going to be playable, turns out there's a reason they're backup quarterbacks. What are your takeaways?
You pretty much nailed it right on the head. It's the backup quarterbacks are backups for a reason. Except for Mariota. Apparently he's the best backup in the league.
The problem is, and I wrote that, and he's in the next question's about waivers, and he's in my waiver column. And the problem is we don't know, like, Jaden Daniels should and could be back this week, so he may have no fantasy value. But if he does play, he's probably pushing for top 10 status every week because he can run the ball. So I don't know. Mariota was the best one, and he's probably not going to get another shot. I believe in my column, I may have even written that this just kind of demonstrates that one of these teams that doesn't have a quarterback should go out and trade for him. The Falcons should be calling Washington right now and saying, send us Marcus Mariota.
The Falcons should be starting Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is another year off of that injury, and I think they should be starting Kirk Cousins. They brought him over there. They paid him. He had to leave Minnesota. I'm a big fan of Kirk, so I just want him to be playing football, and they really should, though. If Penix is struggling this hard right now, get Kirk in there and see what can happen. You don't have a lot of time to turn things around. It's only 3 games, but you got to figure something out with that offense. It's been dreadful after week 1. Who should you target on waivers?
Waiver wire targets. All right, I'll give you my advanced preview here because I've got mine written already on another site. Quarterback is pretty slim. Mariota, Rattler, Geno Smith is available in a surprising amount of leagues. Scrolling through, who else? Luther Burden. Happy Luther Burden breakout day if you celebrate it. He looked good. Alec Eomanor has been kind of a sneaky one. I've got a couple of tight end options. Okonkwo and Strange if you want some upside. Henry if you just want a boring guy who'll get you by. I got Caleb. I got Daniel Jones at quarterback. Trey Benson I mentioned. Jordan Mason's still available in 30% of leagues. Don't know how that's possible. Bashal Tootin, Michael Pittman, Matthew Golden. All of these people here were options I definitely like to look into. Obviously, Trey Benson, if he's available, he is about 58% rostered on Sleeper. He would be the crown jewel of the week, I think. Unless you really need receiver, then I'm probably going Luther Burden. How about you? What do you got?
Yeah, Luther Burden's he's a good pickup and stash for now. You're not picking him up to start him yet, unless you're in injury problems or the team's just not doing it. But in the running backs, like you said, the handcuffs, the Scadaboos, the Bensons, Hamptons now. If he's on waivers, he's a good grab. Hunter Henry, if he's available. I know he's available in I think 60% of leagues, so he's somebody else I would get. The quarterback landscape's a little like Mariota. You can get him, but if you spend all that fab on him and then he doesn't play, because someone in your league's gonna go buy him, so you're gonna have to put some money up, and I don't think he's worth dumping cash into or attempting to. And if you get him, he doesn't play again.
I'm unloading the bank on Trey Benson.
Yes, if you're gonna do it. Yeah.
If he's available, I'm dropping every cent I have. I know we were only supposed to go till 11 here because we got a late start, and we normally go 10 to 11. So if you guys have any comments, questions, things like that, drop them in now. We're not going to call it just yet. We've got about 2 minutes left in this game, so I guess we'll just keep going until this game's a wrap, and that will be our last call. Once again, we've seemed to have some technical difficulties, but
every time, man.
every freaking thing. You know what the funny is? It's the 2 shows I did with you are the ones I had technical difficulties in.
Yeah.
The other show I got off the ground just fine. It's just
it's just me and you. There's something going on. There's bad juju in this on the show. No, yeah, it's just untimely. But
trying to look here if there was anything else pertinent that Minnesota Cincinnati. Good God, am I not happy if any league where I have a Cincinnati Bengal.
Imagine too, because Jake Browning was a waiver wire darling for this last week, and look at
there was pretty much the only podcast I watch or listen to. I drive at work, so I listen. Is Fantasy Football Today on CBS. That's my go-to, and they had a running shtick with their listeners to see if you could draft the 4 Bengals in the first 4 rounds. So Burrow or Chase, Brown, Higgins, Burrow, and there was actually a bunch of people who got that. I pity the people who got that stack now. That is not the stack you want.
No, and that's not the stack. That's crazy. I would never do it. No matter, I would not do that. You don't want 4 of the same team.
It was a combined, from the looks of it, it was about a combined 26 points between the 4 of them. No, I wouldn't want that either. Like I said, I think it was just their shtick of, listeners wanted their time on the air. So they said, look, I got this. I think it would be fun to do, but that's not one that's working out.
And like a non-money league, sure, like, take your shot, have some fun with it. Yeah, like that's okay. But you're hurting if you did.
So while we're talking about painful early picks, the 3rd straight week for about 10 fantasy points, give or take a half a point for Brian Thomas Jr. Season high of 55 yards, no touchdowns. What the hell?
I would like to know that as well. In my home dynasty, I have him, and was a big fan of him coming out of college as well. And he's one of those guys I believed in. I traded up to get him, made sure I got him, and it's not going well.
Should I move Henderson, or is he not high enough to buy right now? I think right now is a good buy low time on Henderson. Rookies. Okay, this is a 2-part thing. If you have Henderson, I wouldn't trade him because he's going to get better. So buy low, don't sell low right now. But this is one I don't understand. We get, especially in Dynasty, and we transfer Dynasty mind over to redraft, and we get everyone overdrafts these rookies. Then 2 weeks in, they get impatient when they suck. This is what rookies do. If they hit in the back half of the season. How many times do we have it where, Justin Jefferson was dropped in a lot of leagues by week 4. He didn't take off till week 6. How many times do we have a guy besides a first-round quarterback come in and produce immediately? Like Bijan,
and even still,
Genty, like these guys are going to get better. Why are we doing? No, if you can buy Henderson low, do it. If you own him right now, don't sell at whatever the price is right now because it's going to be too low, and he's going to turn it around.
Yeah, I totally agree. The amount of rookies that actually come in and immediately have a big impact is actually insanely low. Like that percentage is crazy low. It happens enough, once or twice a year. Maybe some years you get a few more, and people think
I wrote about 2 weeks before when redraft season kicked in. I wrote an article for Player Profiler about this, and it was how I forget what I called it, but it was basically just how Dynasty was poisoning our redraft takes, and how I went through. I think I had done the most recent 10 years, and I went through every single rookie, no matter what, whether they were injured, whether they were not, or what. And basically what it came down to was there was, out of the 100 players drafted, say 60 if you do a 5-round rookie draft. Out of those 60, the odds were 5 of them were going to be good for redraft. Jeez, that's it. As rookies, 5 of them. There was and it was so you have like Genty and Hampton. The odds said they were going to be at least a running back 2 or a running back 2 worthy. There was a couple of the first round running backs or wide receivers could be wide receivers 2s or 3s. The quarterbacks were about 50-50 on first round quarterbacks. And then after that, like we get too focused on the Puka Nakuas. You don't realize even when the day 2 guys, by the time you hit to day 2, it drops to where there's like 2 of them who are going to make an impact. And they typically are receivers you see come out of nowhere or running backs who step in for injuries. By day 3, there's maybe one a season that proves to be relevant. I think in the end, I wrote a list of what it was based on just numbers alone. I think it was 12 players who could have, outside of something crazy, who could have fantasy value in redraft leagues as rookies. And by fantasy value, I mean startable. I don't want a guy who's going to have 2 good weeks and be on my bench. And I don't think people get like, oh, did the Lions just score again?
Yes.
Who was it? Monty again from?
Yeah. Monty for a 30-yard. Yeah.
Nice. So that was kind of my end point there. Is I just really think we get too set on the dynasty mindset of we're analysts and we're bored all off season, so we get rookie fever. That's what it was. Rookie fever is now turning into a rookie epidemic, and you don't realize it. Like these guys aren't as likely to hit. The one year where it's like, oh, we had the Quentin Johnson year. We have 4 first-round receivers. They're all going to be studs. 3 years later, they're starting to show Quentin Johnston, JSN. Zay Flowers, who's the 4th one?
In that class,
JSN, Flowers, Quentin Johnston.
It wasn't Bateman.
Wasn't Marvin? No, Marvin Harrison was
no. Next year, Marvin and Neighbors.
Anyways, the point was, they're just going to be studs, because Jefferson and Chase did it. Well, 3 years later, they're proving they can be useful wide receiver 2s, but none of them stepped in and were just studs. We're expecting too much. Like you draft Jamar Chase, and Jamar Chase was a league winner as a rookie. Why? You drafted him in the 9th round in redraft. We're drafting last year. It was Marvin Harrison Jr. drafting him at the beginning of the 2nd round. Even if he hits Genty, you're drafting him as RB6. In what world does Genty pay off RB6 as a rookie? It doesn't happen. Really, and the funny part was, it was only a year or 2 ago we did this with Bijan, and we repeated it with Genty. I don't know. So.
It just happened. Genty will get going. It's not going to be.
He will.
Yeah.
But he he's going to finish as a top 24 running back. He's not going to finish as a top 5.
Right. Yeah, probably not. Unless he really picks it up in the back half, he's probably not finishing as a top.
Well, 5. Not to mention he's on the Raiders, and their offense looks like shit, and so does their offensive line.
Yeah,
their whole team's pretty much a wrap. So unless you've got something you want to chime in with here, we can probably call it at half hour.
The 4th receiver was Jordan Addison.
That's who it was.
Yes.
And he's tough to decide because he's suspended and hurt more than he plays. But he's another one where I think he's a solid wide receiver too when he plays. But even the running backs that year.
Kayshon Boutte, they were in this class. They were drafted super late. Cedric Tillman, I have a bunch of him. Like he's starting.
But even the running backs, that class was the Brees Ken Walker one, right?
This was no, that was the year before.
Oh, okay. But even for that draft class,
Bijan, Gibbs, Zach Charbonnet, Chase Brown, Rashawn Johnson, Tyjae Spears, Tank Bigsby, Devin H. Chan, Kendra Miller, all these guys, and they were all hyped up and drafted. And
the Lions have 7 sacks tonight.
Lions going to take down the Ravens. Yes, they
sacked Lamar Jackson 10 or 7 times.
That doesn't happen often, dude.
All right,
Lions are putting on a clinic.
Unless they can score 14 points here in 62 seconds, I don't like their chances. I guess we'll end it on that note for another glitch-filled night of last call. Hopefully next time we'll get it worked out. Me and you had a rough weekend. So
fingers crossed.
Let's go recuperate. Hopefully we can get Streamlabs figured out, and we will see you. I will see you again Sunday at noon for the Sit Start show.
Yeah, I'll be there, man. Yep.
Well, thank you for joining me. For Aaron and Greg, thank you all for who tuned in on the Grindhouse Network for Last Call. Yeah. Garbage time. Maybe you'll get that.
You might.
We're on the wrong time slot. We're on the wrong channel today, but we are here. So thank you all for those who bared with us, and we will see you again next week. Take care and have a great night.
Thank you.